Welcome, everyone. Lori and Rick Moore here. Along with my mom, we camped in the forest near the entrance of Fish Lake in the Cascade Mountains of Oregon. Nestled in the forest above the headwaters of Oregon's majestic McKenzie River, the Fish Lake Historical Site has countless stories to tell of the people who occupied the site for different purposes for hundreds of years. Fish Lake for many years was an important way stop on the old Willamette Valley Cascade Mountain Road, commonly called the Santiam Wagon Road. Since the mid-1800s, thousands of travelers, including Indian tribes, wagon trains, along with their livestock and pack animals and freight, have passed through this site. A hotel, a saloon, and other outbuildings to accommodate travelers once stood here. The Forest Service established Fish Lake Remount Station as a base for pack and saddle stock in its early years. After 1910, the station was sometimes used as a summer headquarters for the Santiam National Forest Department. A pioneer grave and some of the original buildings are still preserved just north of the old Santiam Road. The Civilian Conservation Corps, better known as the CCC, played a crucial role in the development of the site, constructing several buildings, facilities for management of mules and horses between 1934 and 1939. The Hall House was built in 1924 for then Forest Supervisor C.C. Hall as a summer residence. The nearby garage, built in 1928, was constructed from the boards cut on site at the sawmill. The Hall House now serves as a seasonal residence for the Forest Service site manager. The blacksmith and tack rooms buildings were constructed by the CCC in 1930s. The buildings allowed Fish Lake to act as a central location for mule packing and moving supplies through the national forest. The dispatcher's cabin, built in 1921, was the first fire crew station at the site. The switchboard was connected to the lookout and guard station and district offices across the forest. The spring house, built in 1924, had a cold spring flowing underneath the building, allowing it to provide refrigeration for perishable foods. The commissary, built in 1924, originally built to store tools, was later converted into a residence. The barn, built in 1934, had enough stalls to hold 10 horses and mules. There's also a bunkhouse on the property that was built in the 1960s. It was used to replace the sleeping quarters used by the CCC in the 1930s. I'm not sure what happened to my picture, but the building is still there. In 2016, the Fish Lake Remount Depot, also known as Fish Lake Guard Station Historical District, was listed on the National Register of Historical Places. Today, the Fish Lake site is accessible to the public through the day-use parking area on Highway 126, about 2 miles north of Clear Lake. Visitors walk through the version of the toll gate on the actual historical Santiam Wagon Road. Thanks for coming on this adventure with us. Hope to see you on our next one.